August 3rd. We're just getting ready to start the hike for the day. See a little smoke up there. A nice chicken in the front yard. Got 10 miles today, but it's a huge mountain called Mount Musalak. It's the first really big mountain I've had to climb in a long time. Probably the biggest vertical climb I've had yet. Start out at 1,000 feet and climb all the way up to 4,800 feet. So in about 3 miles. So it's over 1,000 feet a mile vertical elevation change. So it's gonna be very hard. But I've got all day to do it, so I've got an automatic shuttle pickup at 4:30, so whenever I get done, doesn't matter, I still have to wait till 4:30. So we'll see how long it takes. Getting close to the top of Mount Musalak. Pretty much all pine trees up here. Still see a couple birch trees, but it's getting cold. I think feels like maybe 60 degrees up here. It's definitely a lot colder than it was when we started. And, well, I say I'm getting closer to the top. I think I'm still like 500 or 600 feet away. But considering I had 3,800 feet to climb, that's pretty close. We made it to 1,800 miles.
400, wow. 390. I'm not being aware of it.
That's the summit. Still have a ways to go. But you can see the rock cairns going up there. And just at the very summit, I actually get above the tree line. And at very, very peak there is 4,800 feet. Oh, still heading to the summit. Not a whole lot of trees up here now. Oh my God, what a view. This is amazing. I can't wait to get to the very top. Just see the view up there.
Yeah, just
Zoe,
keep turning around
Zoe.
and stopping to take
Hey,
pictures
little
because
man,
it is
Zoe.
absolutely beautiful. The water, like it's just one waterfall
I mean, I
after
know it's
another
not
the whole
much,
way
you know,
down.
but
That's so cool. It said that we walked by it like for a mile.
Yeah, at least.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
But pretty, not
pretty.
hard.
Yeah, very, very
Yeah.
careful.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, that's adorable!
All right, Zoe, we gotta move, man.
Yeah,
The
we're
summit
all day
awaits.
to do this because we stopped.
Summit
so long to do
awaits.
the waterfall
We've wasted
section.
enough time
And I know
taking
we're gonna do
pictures,
the
a
summit
million of them
forever,
of
too.
waterfalls.
Waiting for you to get ahead.
Yeah.
Let me get you a stand.
Let's go swimming in that. Still walking down Mount Musalaki. Less than a mile to go now. I'm just walking alongside this waterfall for a while. That's pretty cool. And we got some news that there's trail magic at the bottom of the mountain. Somebody's got soda and chili. So we are on our way. Oh man, more of these steps that they drilled right into the rocks. Well, I'm glad they did that. It'd be kind of hard to get down here without it. I just don't fall. Don't trip. Like that. Man, going down this mountain is steep. Well, so is going up. But going down seems harder than going up. I'm at the Notch Hostel. It's a very nice place with very nice people making funny faces. We have our own kitchen.
Don't gloat. I'm jealous.
And a large supply of pizza and ice cream and soda. In town now, town of Lincoln. She's doing a little shopping, eating some dinner, and then I'll head back to the hostel for the night. August 4th. That's the mountain I came down yesterday.
Yeah, we keep up there.
And now I'm gonna go head 16 miles through the Kinsman Mountains.
Where'd Spooky go?
Well, about halfway done for the day, but we're starting to climb up Kinsman, which, as you can see, is very steep. And it's not easy climbing up all these rocks and roots. But it looks like we're gonna have to do this all the way up to the top. The good news is the trail is supposed to be a lot easier on the way back down. So, shouldn't be bad once we get to the top. The problem is, of course, getting to the top. Not much of a trail. Oh. Man, this Kinsman is no joke. Oh, only 1,800 feet to go. Oh, there goes my sticks. Came up this little open area, little swampy area. You can see the ledge. Nope, no moose. I was hoping to see a moose. About 400 feet to go now. Still just as steep. Oh, hey, I got a little bit of a view up here. At the top of South Kinsman Mountain, 4,358 feet. Well, I'm almost down Kinsman Mountain. That was the hardest climb I have done yet. Not the tallest mountain, but definitely the hardest climb. So now we just got about 4 more miles of easy descent, and we'll be done for the day. So I am back at the hostel after a really hard day of hiking. Me and Army Ant, which is the guy I hiked with today, we hustled it really hard. And the last 3.5 miles we ran because we had to be at the Flume Visitor Center by 4:50, and it was going to be really close, so we really hustled, and we got there at 4:30. But we ran the last 3 or 4 miles, so it was probably the hardest day I've ever had. I mean, it was really hard climbing. It was 16 miles, 16 of AT, and another side trail of about a mile, so 17 today. But that climb up Kinsman was really hard. I mean, that was the steepest climb I've ever had, and it just kept going and going and going. I smashed my ankle on a rock. I'm sure that's going to be black and blue tomorrow. It doesn't hurt though. But anyway, we made it. We're back, like I said, I'm back at the hostel. I had just had a shower, so now I'm just ready to go into town, get something to eat, and relax, and do it all over again tomorrow. So, yay me, sounds like fun. August 5th, just got dropped off at the Flume Visitor Center, and we are on our way back to the AT on this 1 mile side trail, and then we go up to Mount Lafayette, which is 3 miles to the top, and it's 5,200 feet of rocks, and it's gonna suck climbing up there. It's another very steep mountain. It rained all night, off and on, and then there's like a 50% chance of rain today, so we're hoping we can get to the top and get our start back down before it rains. So I don't know if that's gonna happen, but the hardest part's this morning, and then this afternoon we kind of just walked the ridge line. So definitely this morning is, like I said, the biggest climb. And then it's supposed to rain the next several days, so couldn't have picked the worst time to climb all the presidential ranges, but that's what we got. So hopefully the weather will not be too bad. Okay, about an hour, 20 minutes we've been at this. I'm about halfway up the peak of Lafayette. It's not as bad as yesterday, but it's still steep. And this mountain's a lot taller than yesterday's mountain by like 1,000 feet. There's the top. I've still got 800 feet to go to get there, but it's opened up pretty good here. And just look at that view. Wow, this is so amazing up here. There's like zero wind. I'm sweating. It's warm. It's got to be, I don't know, low 70s. I mean, it's a beautiful day up here. The clouds are coming in though, so every time I get a chance, I'm taking a picture because it might be my last one before the clouds move in. Now I have to walk across this ridge. Look at that, right across the peak of that ridge line, all the way to the top. Clouds on one side of the mountaintop and not on the other. But then, here comes one up this side of the mountain. I guess they're gonna meet on top. Oh, I see a couple people up there already. Well, I was wrong. This is Mount Lincoln. Mount Lafayette is still a mile away. I just thought I could see it, but I was looking at Mount Lincoln. And I am, of course, in the clouds now, so I still have to go another mile and 300 feet higher before I get to the peak of Mount Lafayette. So that's where I'm headed now. I'm still at Mount Lincoln, but the clouds just broke, so I thought I'd show another view of the next mountain range over. Can finally see the top of Mount Lafayette. Less than a mile away. Almost there now, for real this time. This is definitely the highest peak. About 10 more minutes. Okay, I'm at the top of Mount Lafayette, 5,260 feet of awesome. There's Mount Lincoln over there. And just look at all these mountains. Oh. And the clouds, of course. Oh, I'm getting attacked by bugs up here. Okay, we're starting to go down the peak, but we're still really high up and there's a thunderstorm coming in. So we're kind of freaking out right now. We're still up on this big plateau. I'm trying to get off this plateau before the rain hits. And definitely before it starts hailing and lightning on us. So hopefully we can get off of here pretty quick. Oh, looks like we're good. We missed that storm. So now we just have the long climb back downhill. All down that ridge line there. Climbing up Mount Garfield now. 1,000-foot gain of elevation. I've got about 400 feet to go. And then I go about halfway down the mountain. And I'm done for the day. So, it's very steep, like most of the mountains around here. But I have less than a mile to go. And I am gonna collapse into my tent. I can't see much, but I'm standing on top of Mount Garfield, 4,500 feet. And now I'm gonna start going downhill. I've got just 0.3 miles to camp, so it's all downhill from here. Whoo! Alright. I'm here at the campsite. Well, it will be in a second. I just gotta stop and get my water and then set up my tent. Well, here's the camp. Here's the tent platforms. And there's my tent. Only one here so far on the platform. I'm sure I'll have company here shortly. Starting to dry out. So, just gotta make some dinner and that'll be that. And since I'm so high up, I have cell phone signal, so that's good. And we'll do the whole thing over again tomorrow.